Hi there, thank you for joining me tonight. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make lovely and quirky hand embroidery kits. And I am here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. That's 9:30 Eastern and 6:30 Pacific. It's a time that we can relax and craft together for about an hour. I typically work on projects from beginning to end, so you can be part of the whole process along the way and just come and chit chat and hang out. So we are doing a little fun thing today. I'm going to attempt to make some animal pom-poms. So, look how freaking adorable these are. I have a pom-pom maker, and we used it a couple Fridays ago with some embroidery floss, and we made this little pom-pom here out of just embroidery floss. And I would like to try now to kind of take this idea and see if we can make some cute little animals. So I got this book a couple years ago, and I have not used it at all yet. And so since we had these guys out, I'm like, I cannot put these away without giving this a go. So this is what we are going to work on today. I think I get the mechanics of it now, at least at a basic level. So we'll talk about that a little first here as well. So thanks for joining me, you guys. Yes, so this is the Japanese version. There is an English version. I put a link to that here. I might actually get the English version because that would be helpful. But I think I kind of get it. I kind of get it now. So I'm going to flip you guys around and we will get started. All right, I have some wool yarn here. So this particular book, they are using wool yarn, and that's because you can felt it a little bit with that needle felting needle. So I have one of those, like this muzzle, for example. I think that's kind of grouped together a little bit with the needle felting. So that is why they use wool. But like, oh my God, look at that lion. They are just so cute. So I would like to try. There is a little hedgehog guy in here, and I thought we could try that. So all of these come with a diagram. So now this is kind of what I was trying to decipher, and I think I have a little bit of a handle on it now. So I want to show you, I want to talk about that a little bit first. Like for here, for example. So let's just take a look at that. All right, and let's get get these guys out too. So I think we might, by the end here, I think we might actually be able to design some of these ourselves a little bit. All right, so here is one of these clover pom-pom makers. Oh, I didn't put a link to this. I should have done that. I'll get a link when we're done here. So it's got like two moving parts here and two moving parts here. You keep them together. You keep the top two pieces together, and you keep the bottom two pieces together. So you got kind of like two half moon shapes, and you can see that actually in these diagrams in here. So like here, for example, you have the half moon on the top and the half moon here. And we're going to be wrapping yarn around those half moons. But you can see that it has kind of like these patterns and stuff. So how does that all work? So I kind of have it figured out now. So you want to start out with, oh, this pencil doesn't work. Oh yeah, there we go. So let's say we want to draw a guy here. So let's imagine that this is our puff ball. The puff ball, anything we do, it has to be symmetrical. So let's just draw a line there. And, let's just draw a nose. We'll do a round nose. And we'll do two eyes. We'll do like an eye here and an eye here. And maybe he has like a little peak here. So I don't know what this is. let's add some ears for funsies. There, we're making a little mouse. All right, so let's just, I'm totally making this up right now, but let's say this is the character that we wanna make. So we have this half circle, right? And we have our our mirror image line. Well, one of these tops is like the mirror image. So if we, well, first of all, so this guy's going to be the front of our piece, and this guy's going to be the bottom, or the back. So like this whole thing is the front, and let's say on the back, maybe he's just all gray on the back, or maybe he has a little furry bottom that's a different color. So this is the front of the head, and this is the back of the head, and he still has the ears. So one side of this is going to be the front, is going to be the entire front, and one is going to be the entire back. So we're going to look at them one at a time. So when we wrap yarn around here, we're almost thinking of it as like we cut the mirror image in half, and then we rotate and we're looking at it like this. So now you can kind of see this is the shape we're working with, and it mimics this. So how we need to think about this is what is closest to this baseline and what's farthest away. So for example, this little guy right here, this little nose part, is touching our center line, right? So that we need to put on first. Then, and this also up here is touching a center line, so we need to put some of that on too. Then we're about this far away from where we have to put on another color right there. So we have to wrap this color around on top of our first shape before we add that, and then we add the next exterior color. So it's, as far as what I can tell, it's like working from whatever is on this baseline out. So, so I think that's sort of the idea. So I kind of want to use this hedgehog as just like or this guy right here. I want to kind of try it out. Like for example, so this guy, this gray part is touching the center. So if we divide this in, they've framed this a little bit differently. Let's go to one of the easier ones, one to start out with here. Okay, so like right here, how do you tell the depth of the wine? So I think on the English version, it will actually say how many like layers you have to do. So we kind of have to just estimate it here. But okay, so right here, see how on this bunny, there's little white spots behind his eyeballs, right? So if we divide his face in half, the eyeballs are not on this baseline. They are a little farther away. So that's represented here. So they didn't put that white right on the baseline. They had to put that white farther away from the center line. So they put a little blob of white up there. If that kind of makes sense. So we're going to just do one just to get a feel for it. And then I think we might figure this thing out. So let's give it a go. I have not done this before. So that's why I wanted to give it a try here tonight. So I am going to, let's just grab some colors. I'm going to try and make it easy for myself. So I grabbed some wool that I had around the house. I also have a bin, like a bin of wool right here. I went to the basement and grabbed my bin. I think we're going to use this patterned bit for the hair in the back. I think in these instructions they're just using 2 different colors of yarn, but this is kind of does the same job, it looks like. So I'm going to use this. And then we have like a white color. I have this white, and kind of has a gray there. I thought I'd try using this blue. It's kind of like maybe a grayish blue. I don't think I have just a gray. So we're gonna give it a try. And I know that these are 100% wool for sure, which will, if we need to felt little areas, we'll be able to do that. And I do have my remainders from the Bet's White Little Felt Village. I thought we could make ears and eyes out of these guys. So we're gonna give this a go. I'm gonna actually set this right here so it can stay open for us. And we're gonna get back low here again. So just to kind of peek at this a little bit more, hold on here. There, so look how they shape this. So I think this is actually kind of upside down. But it has gray at the center line there, then it has that white wrapped around it, and the white goes all the way to the edge of the puff ball of the pom-pom, and then we have this little topper here. So right here represents, like from this axis up, is this axis over, if that makes sense. So let's give that a try. So like I said, it kind of has a number here. I think it says it says 28 and 120. So I suspect that's how many times you wrap it. We're gonna just eyeball it. But yeah, so here's our little device here. So I'm going to try and mimic these wraps. So I'm gonna start off with this kind of blue. We're gonna wrap it around right there. We'll try and wrap some white around, and then we got to add this little bit, and we got to be able to like tuck it in like that a little bit too. So I'm gonna just get up a little bit higher so you guys can see me. I'm excited about this. This has been on my list for ages. Like I said, I got this book years ago, and I really, really wanted to do it, but I just never got it out. Oh, this is a new ball of yarn too. Let's see if we can find the center. All right, there we are. And when we did this with the embroidery floss, embroidery floss is so much finer and thinner. Here we just wrapped it around and added a few little spare bits here and there. Now we're gonna do it with like purpose, which is gonna be a little bit more difficult. But since this is much, much thicker yarn, we're gonna like be all wrapped in no time, I think. Okay, so it's kind of a little off of the center here. So let's go right here, and it looks like we get it pretty high up. Like it's kind of quite the mound, it looks like. Maybe not. That might just be the thickness of this device here. So let's just, I don't know, about like that. We're giving it a test. This will be our first try. Oh, I kind of want to add more. Let's make it more of like a rounded bloop on top. There we go. How about like that? All right. So in a different like tutorial, I saw that you could just kind of tuck this thread underneath your last loop, kind of like you're tying a knot, and that will just hold it in place so it won't unwind on you. All right, there we go. That's kind of our first deal. Actually, I probably put way more on here than I needed now that I'm looking at this. So his little gray area is going to be pretty big. But all right, let's wrap white around here now. All right, this has the center pulled on it already. That would be helpful. So all right, right from right around it, and then it goes kind of up and around. So let's just start here. We'll get the little side bit. It looks like it kind of doesn't go past this line, and we just get bigger and bigger all the way around. And it's about twice as big, so we'll go out to there. I'm gonna get a pile of excess here. Oh, this is exciting. So in this book, the one that I have is this blue one, the big one, and then I have this green one that's a little bit smaller. This is the biggest one that they use in this book. They have there are smaller ones, and you guys, I did go to Joann's today to get the smaller ones, but there were so many people at Joann's, so dang, everyone's like shopping for Christmas already or something. But I could not believe how crowded it was, and I'm like, I am not going to stand in this mega line of people just to get these two tiny ball pom-pom makers. So we will have to go back there some other time and do that. Oh, gotta get more yarn out of this ball here. Okay, so you guys, I suspect I'm putting way more on here than I need to, but that's okay. We're gonna get a really dense little poof going. I'm kind of going bigger on the side down because we do need to cover up some of that white, like this little peak here. And I think that little peak is going to be so it kind of wraps down along the edge a little bit. And gosh, this looks like it must be plenty. I'm going to stop here. All right, let's tuck that under this guy. Oh, gosh, yeah, take care, you guys. All that fire stuff is just so scary. Just be safe, and if you need to evacuate or whatever, just go. That's just scary. Okay, so now we need kind of this chunk coming up here, and then it needs to like wrap over the top a little bit here. Wrapping the other way, I think that'll go faster. So I need to get this side as dense as that other side. At least try to. This is so silly, you guys. Just these crazy little pom-poms. I hope it works, though. It's just kind of fun. So from what I hear, the real trick to this is in the trimming. So it's still going to look like a crazy puffball pom-pom without any shape or anything until we start trimming it. All right, so now I'm kind of wrapping up around that one little part of white. And you know what? I think we're going to stop here. That looks like plenty. So now we got to go and do the other side. There we go. All right, so that's the top. That's this part right here. Gosh, it barely fits in there. So the bottom is all just the one color. So that's, you know, we're actually flipping this around like this. So this will be the white when it expands out. Actually, we're kind of looking at it like this. So the white will pop out and the gray will be underneath there. And then this top, we're going to do all of this tan color. So this is going to kind of be what the front is like in theory. So, all right, let's wrap about as much as we did on, we'll go this way again. On the other side, we'll go on this. And I think, you know, it's probably good to, you could go in rows, like here's my first row, and then you could just go on top of there. You might be a little bit more precise that way if you're doing these animals, but who knows? We're giving this a test. I have not done this. Oh, you're just getting the smoke. Yeah, the smoke, that's gotta be really tough to, ugh. All right, I'm gonna just try and pull out a pile here. I could see just watching a movie and you're just spinning stuff around. Oh, I hope this works. We're going to end up with a little hedgehog. And you can do this without these clover makers too. You can just use like cardboard. And there's tutorials out there for that as well, but the concept is still kind of the same. The most inner part on here is like that center line here, like the most inner part, or anything touching the center line. So this is touching, this is touching, this is touching, this is touching. That all has to touch the center line here. At least that's what it seems like. We will see. Oh, we're going to make a mess, though, too, because we're going to be trimming this all out. This is looking pretty good. I think we can probably call it. And I'm thinking you probably need a pretty good scissors to trim through this as well. Tuck this guy under here. There we go. Okay, next up, we close it up. So this is our deal here. Now we're gonna cut it open. That's the scary part. Yeah, we cut it open and then we put some string through. So we just go right up the center of our shape. Ah, here we go. Ah, that's so silly. It has a nice groove here, so a scissors can fit through there. Definitely a nice sharp scissors is going to be helpful. Okay, now I think we're going to start to see our design pop through. So remember, we have some gray tucked underneath this white. So now you'll get to see, like, here's that center line that's going to split into the two sides. So it'll be white, and then oh, there it is! There's that gray popping through. Cool. So see how what we've wrapped has now like mirror imaged itself here. Joe, we're attempting this little hedgehog, and I can already see it starting to work here. But there, I love that. So that's our mirror image. So this right here is how we wrapped it. We wrapped that little gray, then we wrapped that little white, and then just a tish of that gray just on this side. And it splits in half, and then the other side was just that all that one color. So we got that going on there. All right, so next up we have to tie some thread through there. I am just going to use more yarn. So now we're actually going through both of these. I'm sure in the instructions there's probably a way to do this just right. I'm going to do it, so I'm using white, so I'm going to do it where I kind of end up by this white. So I'm going to pull it all the way through. Like it should go on the inside of this green area now. All right. And I'm going to tie it in a knot. So they suggested not just one little loop like this, but do like two. And that'll kind of lock it in place a little bit more. There, so I'm just pulling tight. What we're doing is we're connecting, we're holding these two sides together. I'm going to do one more knot now. Okay, and this is the part that I had a little trouble with last time we did this, but I think now I can just open this up. Or like this popped apart or something. Maybe I should read the instructions for that part again. I think we just need to open it. Ah, there. Open it. Oh, look, it's starting to come together. And open this side. And now we just pop these apart, which was a little difficult to do last time. Let's just give it a go. Oop, there we go. Pop that back together. All right, oh gosh, I can tell I'm already gonna start sneezing from this. All right, so here's our puff ball. So now we can just kind of poof it together. And obviously it doesn't look like much yet. Ooh, it's looking a lot cuter than I thought it was going to. So the next part is I think we kind of carve this. So you can kind of see. So we got the shape that they're intending. So we have our little like blip in front. That's this little gray part. So that'll be his little gray muzzle there. And then we have the white around. And then, you know, they show all the 4 ways. So like this way, this way, this way, and then from the bottom. So when you're trimming it, you can kind of see what's happening. So what it looks like is that they trimmed the nose and the white part way down, but they kind of left, at least on the top, they left the gray kind of long. So that's our plan. And oh gosh, just to make this shape worked so well. It's cute already. So let's poof it up. That worked well too compared to the embroidery floss. I can't see where I put that, where it divides. Like I can't see where it separates into the 2 halves at all, really. So all right, hopefully I don't cut myself, but let's just snip these long guys off first. Again, I think probably a good scissors is going to be better. But yeah, this is where, from what I read, like I said, I haven't done this, but this is where kind of the sculpting happens. So let's start by just kind of trimming this whole front area and leaving the gray. I'm gonna just trim the white down and not the blue because we're gonna wanna keep moving this around and checking it. So even trimming the white already, look, I'm making like a short and then it bloops out by the nose. So let's just keep trimming this white. But it also looks like it has big kind of cheeks. So let's make this a cheek and this a cheek. Wow, this really is like sculpting. You really do have to like look at every angle. But I'm gonna just err on the side of, okay, we want this front piece. Just the white. I'm gonna have so much fuzz around. All right, and then I think we kind of want to keep these cheeks big, but we want the blue to maybe get smaller there. Ooh, this is pretty goofy. This part, just this sculpting. Huh. It's kind of fun. We'll see how it ends up. I'm thinking no 2 are gonna have the same look and feel to it. And the bottom looks like they kind of trimmed quite a bit. So let's trim the bottom a bunch because it's kind of curving outward. All right, I'm tipping it upside down. I got to remember what angle I'm at. This is weird. I do feel like I'm sculpting. So I'm kind of flattening this bottom out and leaving the brown or the gray in the back. Oh, this is funny. And it gets denser as you get further in. This little guy. It's cute. All right, he needs to be trimmed here a little bit. Separating this white from the background and trimming the white. I want the white smaller than the gray because the gray is like long spikes. There. Now we kind of separated the gray a little bit from the white there. That worked. Oh, that's exactly what it feels like. Totally, Robin. Like I'm a dog groomer, which is kind of funny. So I I enjoy going to the UPS store now because there is a dog groomer that moved in right next door to the UPS, and it's called Hot Dog, like haute couture, like haute dog, um, and it has all big windows right in front, and right in front in those windows is where they groom the dogs too. So the dog is just staring out the window, and so when you walk by UPS, the little whatever dog is tied up there getting washed is gonna watch you as you go into the UPS store. It is just cute. Yes, exactly, Nolene. Like you can start to see it appear. So all I've been doing is and look from the side. Oh, it's so cute. So I've just been trimming only the white and leaving this gray. So this gray is staying longer. And then I'm just like evening it out. The dog grooming. That is a perfect analogy because that's totally what's happening here. We're gonna trim this. Gosh, this is definitely I think where the patience and the artistry of these things come in. Look at these big cheeks. Because we've cut this so thin and we cut like the bottom too, I've left the sides long, and that's making it look like it has these cheeks. Here's one straight white one. He's got to go away. So I've left the sides long so he's got those cheeks. And I mean, as long as we don't go all the way to the center, which would be probably pretty difficult to do, this is going to stay together. Get the little long bits. All right, let's try and carve his cheeks a little bit more here. I do want it still separated from the gray. The gray is the only thing I'm leaving like super long. You do kind of have to keep your bearings, like what's up and down. The trouble with tribbles, exactly. That's what we're doing for sure. You guys are too long over here. Gosh, I could see someone taking tons of time to just make these just perfect. All right, let's see how we're doing. Let's puff up a little bit here. Get his sides going. I don't know. I'm thinking we can probably stop close to here. I think let's flatten him out a little bit more on the bottom. Let's get rid of some of these longer guys again. Got a couple strays up here. Yep, you could spend a lot of time doing this. I'm getting sucked in here. All right, so the next thing would kind of be, I think, adding his nose and eyes, and I think you can do that in all sorts of different ways. What I'd like to do is maybe just glue some felt on. So for now that I'm bringing this stuff forward a little bit, I think we need to trim his face a little bit better there. It's like full concentration mode. That's fun. This is so silly. Exactly. Do all the winding while binge watching, and then do the sculpting, the like serious work later. All right, let's just check them from all angles. It's looking pretty cute from the side there. It's looking really cute. All right, from the front. Maybe sculpt his cheeks a little bit more. But I think, you know, you can only take away, you can't put back. So I think maybe we're probably good. He's so cute. All right. I'm going to put little eyes and a nose on him somehow now. Oh, God, look at all this already. Let's just shimmy all this off to the side if we can. All right. So I do have, they're actually using doll eyes and stuff in this book, but I have some just felt pieces from, you know, that project we just finished, the little felt village. So let's just give him a little nose here. I'm gonna start out just by cutting a corner off, and I think we'll just make it kind of like a more rounded nose. So I'm just gonna kind of round off all the spikes on here. Ooh, I think I lost the shape a little bit. We're going to just do like a little oval. It's kind of an oval nose that they used in here. So I think I can probably just use some kids glue. Oh, one thing I wanted to try with is the needle felt thing. So let's get that out quick. I probably wouldn't need to do that, but let's just give it a try. I think what the needle felt will do is just kind of carve, like group his face together a little bit more. Fun little blue stray here. Okay, so here's like a little nose, for example. Ah, jeez, it's cute. But if we wanted to like bunch up his nose a little bit more so it kind of stays together, that's where we could needle felt it a little bit. So I'm gonna grab that stuff and we'll just see how that works. Just because, you know, I haven't done that before. Here's kind of like my little needle felting supplies. I have some needle felting needles here, and I think let's use this guy because it moves. It goes fast. So this is actually a needle felting thing that has 3 of these needles in, and I mean these will hurt if you spike yourself. Ooh, like I almost just did. But so needle felting needles, they're not really needles. They're just kind of like little mini spears, but they have these little barbs on. If you look really close, it has like all these little rough barbs. That felts it. So that kind of aggravates the fibers in natural fibers, specifically wool works really well, 100% wool. So as you poke through the wool with these barbs, the wool is going to want to start to stick together. So we could shape this nose a little bit by just getting all the blue to stick together a little bit more. I think that's the thought in this book. But don't stab yourself because it will hurt. So all we're doing is kind of making these edges hold together a little bit more with the rest. And I'm going to kind of maybe be a little aggressive with it, and then we can shape it again after that. But it needs like a lot of little pokes to get it to start to stick together. Ooh, that guy got away. Oh, you got a book on felting the other day too. Yep, you're gonna use all the crafts all at once, Noelle. Yeah, so this is just kind of making it grab, like making all this blue kind of hang out together a little bit more, like they're just wanting to stick together. And you can actually start shaping it. See, like look, now it's almost like a nice, almost like a solid little circle there. And obviously, I found stray little white guy there. There, so now it's not so like poofy fuzzy anymore right there. I keep trimming, I gotta stop trimming, otherwise I'm gonna lose the shape of the face soon. But there, now it's a little bit more solid there, a little bit more formed. we can actually even form it a little bit more. Like if we want the sides to be in a little further, we can just tap on the sides. If we want that kind of more squished. And maybe we do. I'll just keep stabbing it on the sides, on the top. There, it almost looks a little bit more triangular now because I was being aggressive right on the top here. All right, now we can get the eyes on this. Just poofing it up. Eyes and nose. So, little nose. It's so funny. All right, and I'll glue those on, but you could probably needle felt some on too. But I think this is just gonna go easy, just some glue. And you know, I'm just gonna use this glue, this white, like Elmer's type stuff. I think that'll be just fine. Oh, that's way too big. All right, Gretchen. Yeah, I will. I know I put a link to the book, but I don't know where my brain is. It didn't even occur to me to like link the tools. so I will do that right when we're done here. Little eye. Let's get the eye like right by kind of the muzzle there. And you know, I'm gonna move these to glue them back on, but we're just kind of checking it out right now. All right, let's get another eye made. Seriously, there's puzzles everywhere here. Oh, I definitely want to try making another one of these. Oh, it's kind of late already. Maybe I'll just leave this out. Maybe we'll do one more tomorrow for fun. Kind of try and do a design our own one or something. I don't know if I'm quite ready to put these away yet. But yeah, this sculpting really is what takes the time, I think. He's got one little puzzle that's bothering me. All right, let's see where we want these eyes. Now, I'm not going to hot glue them, although that probably would work well. I'd be afraid of getting hot glue kind of on the other areas here. I'm just going to, I guess I'm worried for the same reason for the other glue, but oh gosh, even from this side, look how cute he is. All right, I'm just going to use just some school glue. That tacky glue would probably work, but I think I'm kind of out of that too. So I'm just going to move the eye, put a glob of glue where that eye was. It's probably way more than enough. Ugh, got fuzzles on that eye. And we'll just stick him there. Maybe that will probably do the job. Use this to just place it a little. All right, and let's get this other eyeball on. Oh, I'm glad we went with this little hedgehog. He turned out so fun. Oh yeah, so this would make a great like ornament, and you can take a piece of string and like go through the center here and hang him up, or get like get a long loop going. He's cute. All right, and his little nose. Wow, it's so neat that wool just is so much fatter than the floss. So as we got like cut into here a little bit, because look, I mean, we cut the white down at least a half inch. It's like really dense there, and man, it's really kind of like a solid puff ball. And then all this stuff on the outside that we didn't cut just looks so cute, like a cute little hair overhanging. All right, we can form him a little bit more, get his cheeks going. All right, there we go. Okay, we totally made a little hedgehog. That is ridiculous. I just love how we shortened the top there so that these little guys poof out a lot more. Oh my god. So the only thing that we did different than the pattern is instead of doing two colors for the top, we just used a two-tone yarn, and that worked. You know, that kind of just did the same thing, didn't it? Ah! Oh, I just want Pal. He's so cute. All right, that was fun. I will definitely make more. This hedgehog is particularly cute. Oh, you guys, we didn't put little ears on. Let's do ears quick. Ooh, and I have some gray. Oh, this will be perfect. So let's do two little ears. Go this way. We need little ears. So again, this gray is just from that other project that we did. All right. I'm thinking these are probably a little bit long and big, but let's see what they look like first. Ah! They're really subtle, but it's just because it's the same color as that back, but just right at that hairline, it just adds separation to that white against that gray. Oh gosh, I don't think I trimmed this equally. It feels shorter over here. There, maybe kind of like that. I think we can kind of push, like I can tuck it in here a little bit. Let's just go down in here. And get this ear so it's going behind that fur. Oh, there we go. That's cute. All right, behind that fur. And then the same thing over here. Let's try and tuck it behind. Yeah, I think I trimmed this side a bit shorter. I think I'm going like right above the eyeball, kind of. I'm guessing this school glue is just going to be totally fine. Let's give it a little help getting down in there. Oh, it's so silly. Look at him! Oh yeah, so this did work really, really slick. The whole like clover pom-pom maker. I think I'd like to try another one. So maybe we'll do another one of these tomorrow. But look at the little ears. That's cute. So we'll see how this dries up tomorrow as well. It's so silly. You know what? I think I do want to. Do I have a needle for that? I must. I want to try threading so I can hang them up. Since we're doing it already, I want to just peek if they have like special instructions in here for that, or if it's just you just kind of go through. I think they just kind of left their original thread kind of long. Or maybe they didn't do it. Like, I mean, they're making like little pins and stuff. Jeez. Look how cute they are. Look at the sloth. They're all cute. All right, let's just grab a needle. So here's my. Oh, he's not my needle guy. Zeb, I need Zeb. Here's Zeb. So I'm just gonna get this like longer needle. I don't know if you need a longer needle. Oh, I suppose it needs to fit the yarn too. I'm gonna just grab some of this gray yarn and see if I can magically do this. Okay, this is a little bit bigger eye on here, so I'm just gonna kind of stab it, I guess. I don't know, do I have to go all the way down in there? Maybe. well, I'm just going down to here, I guess, and we'll just go back up the way I came, and I'm thinking that'll probably do the job just fine. I guess I could have gone in the center a little bit more. Maybe we can shimmy that. There, that's cute. There, he kind of hangs. All right, I like it. Let's just tie this in a knot. And we have our little hanger. Again, I could have centered that a little bit better, I think, but it's rustic. All right, we got a little ornament going. It's so silly. All right, I'm going to flip you guys around, and we will call it for the night. I think we may do one more tomorrow. I'd like to try and design one and see how it turns out. And then yeah, we will switch it back up again. So I'm going to flip you guys around. All right, so let me show you how this guy ended up, like for size-wise and stuff. It's so cute. Look at him. So here's it all the way around. So it got the gray all in the back, and he's got the little white belly a little bit too. There we go. Cute. What a silly project. Okay, that was fun. I do like the idea. Ooh, yeah, we could try making Chad Kitty tomorrow. Oh, that'd be fun. Maybe I'll see if I can find a picture of Chad and see if we have, like, what colors of yarn we have here. And we can make a Chad Kitty. Give that a go. And you guys, so I did, you know how I said that big pile of batting that I was buying, it was going to be like 2 to 4 weeks till I got it, and the expected date was December 8th that I was going to get this. It came today, so it came like a day after I ordered it, really. So I do actually have the batting, so we could pin together the triangle tango quilt and just get that pinned, and then that step is done and out of the way too. So I think we might try and do that this week. It would be fun to do a little of the Splendid Sampler, get going on that again. But I do want to get started some point here on the Granny Square quilt too. I know some of you guys are itching to do that, and I think that would be just fun to do another hopefully quickish quilt top with that. And maybe I won't do quite so big. Maybe I'll just do like a little tiny, like a little lap quilt or something of the Granny Square. So I think that might be kind of fun as well. But awesome, you guys. Thanks again. Thanks for humoring me and letting me play around with the little pom-poms. I finally got to make something with a pom-pom maker. So, all right, you guys. I will get this up on YouTube at Penguin and Fish Movies if you wanted to see that again, just like the sculpting of it or to give that a go. And I will post I'll post a list of these like little products in I'll do it in the main page. I'll put links up there if you guys wanted like the clover maker and stuff, or the needle felting tools and that sort of thing. So awesome, you guys. Have a great evening. I will see you tomorrow. Good night.